Good morning. It's coffee chat time with Kirstin. I was in the shower this morning and I was thinking a lot about just thinking a lot about a lot of things really. But one of the things you guys hear me talk about is $4,000 in sales personal, and it's a it's a big goal to shoot for every month personally. And I think that it's really important. I always have shot for it personally. That's, when I'm out doing parties, that's what I'm always shooting for. And um, it was one of the pieces to my success, if you will. And people always want to know, like, what do you do to be successful? And so I think that the number scares people. And because it seems like $4,000 is so big. And I wanted to break it down for you this morning. I think I had a little baby epiphany as I was in the shower. So I wanted to just to have a little chat with you about it and break down how you get to 4,000 and why it's not scary, I guess. It's really about consistency, and this whole business is really about consistency. And those that are consistent, they consistently, and you do the right things, your consistency, your business goes boom, 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 boom. It just grows. So as a home party girl, and I can talk to you about the home party girls. You can take this and you can turn it into a Facebook version. So it's the same. My party average was 600 to 800 a month. A month, sorry, a party. But to get to 4,000, I think this is the part that is the piece. It's two $500 parties a week. That's all it is. So if I wanted to hold two $500 parties a week, I always booked 3. And I think that people don't realize that as well. You don't realize that. Like, if I want to hold 2, I book 3. That way, then I always have one gimme. Like if one party doesn't do well, if I decide to recruit the host and I want to use that party to activate her. So as a home party girl, now if your party average is less and you're doing Facebook parties, then you figure out what that means in Facebook land. So if your party average is 300 or 400, if you don't know what your party average is, I would encourage you to go back and look at your last 30 parties and then put in the retail sales. Like, you can go to your welcome page and it shows you your sales credit. Go down and get your last 30 or 40 parties, or however many you have. Let's say it's 30, and you put all the sales in and then divide it by 30, and that's your party average. If you don't know what it is, it's very easy to calculate. It just means, like, how much sales credit do I get per party roughly? Because if you know how much your party average is, then you can kind of plan. So if your party average is, let's say, 400, let's just say, or 300. So let's say 300. That's three Facebook parties is 900. Let's say it's maybe 300 and change. So you think that three Facebook parties would get you to the 1,000 in a week. Then you would book 4. Like, always book one more than whatever it is that you need. I guess that's the kicker. That gives you freedom to recruit. That gives you freedom to have a flop, a party that doesn't hold. That gives you freedom to have parties that don't hit the average. Now, you could have parties that are above average, and we always love those, right? And we're always striving to do better so that our parties are bigger and better. And the reason why you want to do better is that the more effective your parties are, the less hard you have to work on doing many. So if you can take your party average and get it to 600, you don't have to do 2 $300 parties. You can do 1 $600. So does that make sense? And that's about working smarter, not harder. You're better off doing 1 $600 party than 4 $200 parties, or 3. And I'm not sure everybody fully understands that either. So, and I'm not saying cut down your parties. I'm saying learn to do your parties well. Parties don't run themselves if you're doing Facebook. Parties don't run themselves if you're doing home parties. If I booked a home party and I just set the date with her and then I just showed up 3 weeks later, which is kind of what happens when you book a date for a Facebook party and don't do the right kind of interaction with the Facebook party host, and you just show up and do the party and then you wonder why the party didn't do well. There's pieces to the puzzle that make sure that the party goes well. There's interaction with the host. There is host coaching. There is, what do you want out of this party? There is, talk to me about your friends. I would highly recommend making a video introducing yourself as the Tupperware person, but I would not post it on the party. I would have the host introduce you with your video and post it on the party for you. As far as a home party goes, I I would almost immediately pop a postcard in the mail and say, I'm so looking forward to your upcoming party on such and such date. Can't wait to meet your friends. I hope you have 10 adult ordering guests in attendance so I can raffle off a $50 basket of Tupperware, because that's what I do. Because if I have 10 adult ordering guests at the party, I'm going to have a good party. And by $50 worth of Tupperware, I mean I go out to my garage and I just gather roughly in value what $50 worth of Tupperware would be. It doesn't have to be anything special. It doesn't. The point is that it seems like a big thing. And almost all of you, unless you're brand new, almost all of you have a pile of stuff, a box full of stuff that you've earned from your director or from Tupperware or from who knows what, and you don't know what to do with. It's just kind of stuff you don't need in your kitchen. That's what you use for your prices. Don't go buy stuff. Use that for your prices. If you don't have that, then use a dating gift and a funnel and I don't know, something else small, and say, I'll have a bonus gift for you when you have 10 adult ordering guests. And I think you could do something similar with Facebook in that, like, it could be X number of adult participating ordering guests or something like that. Like, you can create a Facebook version of it, because you want that for the host, but you want the host to be able to use that for her friends. Like, don't forget, if there's 10 adult participating ordering guests on this party, she's going to do a big raffle at the end. Because the difference between wherever we land and 10 is huge. Now, I get that 10 people could all order $20, and that's true. They could. But if they're participating and you're running the party the way you should run, and you're highlighting the big ticket items and you're doing the things that should be done, they're not going to be $20 orders. Typically, they're going to be bigger. I would also very highly recommend picking 2 premium products and going live in your party and doing a demo live in your party, from you personally in your kitchen. I believe I'm passionate about the fact that what you're passionate about, you'll sell. So if I do a demo right now on the stack cooker, and I showed you guys a demo on the stack cooker right this moment, and excuse me, you didn't have a stack cooker, you would want a stack cooker by the time I was done, because you would feel my passion and my excitement for what I use a stack cooker for and what I enjoy it for. So anyway, these are ways to have good parties, but it's really about having at least 2 $500 parties per week. That's all it is. And I think that people they hear 4,000 and they go, but the difference between a person selling 4,000 and a person selling 500, personally, as a consultant, as a manager, as a director, as anything, the difference is huge amounts of money. So, not just the bonuses, you're going to hit the maximum personal sales volume bonus, which is huge, but you're going to make a lot of money in this business, because when you sell $1,000, you make $250 cash. When you sell $2,000, you make $500 cash. When you sell $3,000, you make $750. When you sell $4,000, there's $1,000 cash that's just yours, just from holding those parties. Never mind bonuses, personal sales volume bonuses or manager bonuses or director bonuses or any of that. And I think when people say there's no money in this business, they're not holding parties, they're not making good money. But if you sell $4,000 every month, you are making good money. Now, I know that there's somebody that's listening to this and they're going, yeah, but what if I recruit and I do grand opening parties? That's why I say if you need to hold 2, you book 3. Hi, sweetheart. Hi. If you need to hold 2, you book, I'm on do you need something? No. Okay. Welcome to my life. So I'm not saying you do 4,000 at the expense of recruiting, because I don't want you to do 4,000 at the expense of recruiting. I want you to do 4,000 and recruit. And that's what I do. It's like I'm holding 2 parties a week that are going toward my personal business, and one that's either going to be extra for me. I'm going to recruit the host, or it's a grand opening party, or it was a flop, or whatever. But what I'm saying is that's how you have a $4,000 a month. And if you don't do home party, if you only do Facebook parties, I'm going to just say one thing really quick, because it's bugging me. Be very careful not to have all your eggs in one basket, and to have all your eggs in one basket that somebody else owns. Just be careful. Try a home party. If you've never done one, give it a try. Do a mystery hostess party at your house, or have your best friend try it, or have your mom try it, or whatever. Do one and just see what you think. I think it's important to know, because if you end up in Facebook jail and can't access any of your accounts or access anything, And always get all of your hostess's information. Get her phone number, get her email, get everything, so that if Facebook shuts down on you, you can access your host. You have all their information stored somewhere else. I'm just going to say, nobody can take a home party away from me, and nobody can take their phone and their email and their address away from me, because I have all their information and I'm going to drive to their house. And I'm not saying that Facebook parties aren't awesome, because I love them and they're amazing, but I'd be very careful to have all your eggs in one basket, especially when somebody owns that basket and it's not you. So Facebook owns that, and they can shut you down, and it's not fair, but it happened. So go do a home party or two, see what you think. It takes 3 times of doing anything before you can make a decision. So you can't do one home party and decide you like it or don't like it. Well, you can decide you like it, but do it 3 times, because it always takes at least 3 times before you're comfortable. So do 3 times and then make a decision. But I would just highly recommend it. Plus, there's something about touching the product and feeling it and hearing somebody tell what they love about it. People buy more. Not uncommon for me to have $800,000, $900,000 parties often when I do home parties. I have big parties because people buy. They write $75 to $200 checks at every single order. If you have 10 people, they're writing a $75 check. You have a $750 party. And you do the party in an hour and a half, and you have a lot of orders in your hand in an hour and a half. You don't have to chase them for days. So I love Facebook parties. This is not a knock on Facebook parties. There's just a lot of angst with Facebook right now. And I'm saying might be a good time to try a home party. That's all I'm saying. I keep getting messages from people. I tried my first home party. It was over 1,000 and I'm hooked. And I'm like, I know. I know these things. I've been doing home parties for 20 years. So aside from all of that, I guess I really just wanted to talk about this $4,000, and I don't want you not to recruit. I absolutely want you to recruit. And I'm honestly, if you get down to the last 3,000 and you recruit all 3 hosts from the final week and you would have sold 4,000. Okay. That's not something to beat yourself up about. You're amazing and you're an awesome recruiter, and that's okay. All I'm saying is set yourself up for success. Figure out how many parties that you need to have, whether they're home or Facebook, based on what you do. How many parties do you need to have per week? Not one here and then one in the 4th week, because that's not going to get you there to get to a $4,000 month. Set yourself up for success and leave extra so that you can recruit and so that you can have flops and whatever. And see if you can't just have a $4,000 month next month. I think you can. I honestly think you can. I did it consistently every single month. So I know you can do it. Does it require attention? Does it require, I look at my calendar and I know exactly what I have and I plan the entire month out. Yeah. So it's not kind of just like I have 2 parties now and I have none. Does it require me consistently always trying to book 2 to 5 parties off of every party? And does it require me to work really hard on that? Yes. Work hard with my host, work hard with my guests, work hard on booking parties, work hard on sales. Yeah, it requires all of that. But boy, isn't the paycheck nice? And isn't it worth it? And isn't it much easier to hit your goals? If you have a team goal of 8,000 and you sell 4, you only need 4,000 out of the rest of your team. If you have a team goal of 10,000, you sold 4, you only need 6,000. I mean, everything gets easier when you sell 4,000. That's all I'm going to say. I'm super passionate about it. I would encourage you to, this is a good month. Next month is October. It's record breaker month. There's lots of bonuses and surprises. So it's a good time to give it a try and see what you think. But I'm passionate about this. So let's have a 4,000 month together, shall we? All right. Love you. Talk to you soon. Bye.